Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button. Today I'm talking about a common question or concern that I get from people who are trying to use Chebe. And this is really going toward using the Chebe powder, the traditional powder, not the butter. Okay? The butter is completely different. I really haven't had anybody talk about they experience dryness with the butter, but if you're using the powder, I've had people want to know why they're experiencing dryness. Now, I'm not sure if Chebe is for all hair types, so that may be one of the reasons you're experiencing dryness. It just doesn't work with your hair type. I can only speak for me and my husband because I know how it worked for us, and then also the people that are in the Facebook group as well, they use it and are doing well. So the first thing, if you're experiencing any kind of dryness with the powder, I would encourage you to look at how you're applying the powder. And then the second thing to look at is what products are you using with the powder. Okay, so with the first one, I found that if you don't apply it how the women in chat applied it, that could be your issue while you're experiencing dryness, because you're not following the steps. So if you decide to do water, then powder, then grease, you know, it's not going to work because that's not how it's supposed to go. So the way you apply Chebe is you apply water, then you apply the oil, then you can apply the Chebe, then you can apply the grease. Okay, now your water or your liquid, which is the first thing that you're going to do, I only use water. I don't use any mixture of anything else, but there are people that are in the Facebook Chebe group who use other things as their liquid, and they have had success with that. But for my experience, I only use water, but I know people who have used other things, okay? Secondly, you want to apply oil. You can use any kind of oil you want, really. I have tried so many different oils and haven't noticed a difference in how the Chebe works. So a few oils that I have tried are coconut, avocado, grapeseed, olive oil, castor oil, Jamaican black castor oil. I think I've tried tea tree oil and some other ones because I was just basically using what I had on hand. Okay, so I think any oil really will work. So you did your liquid, you did your oil. The next one is the powder. The powder, I just dip my hand in it, pat it down or rub it on, and that's it. I don't do anything special. I don't mix it beforehand. I pat it down. I do it as close to the women in chat how they do it, okay? The third thing, or the fourth thing, is the grease. Now, I know over there they use beef tallow or other things like that, but what I found works is something that's grease or grease-like. Grease is very thick. Grease is not it melts, but it's not, it doesn't melt like butters, like shea or shea butter. Shea butter is kind of like, it melts with your body temperature. Grease doesn't really do that. So you have to use something greased or grease-like. And I've used several different greases. I use things from the 99-cent grease, pine tar, Boo Magic. Any kind of grease or grease-like thing will work. And I've also tried beeswax, and it works really good too. It's really thick as well. Now, I have tried shea butter with the powder. It does not do well. And I think that's the main problem with people who have been writing me saying that they're experiencing dryness, is that they're trying to use shea butter. Now, I know I use a butter product on one half of my head, but it's mixed up with other things and a totally different product than applying it the traditional way. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. From my experience, shea butter does not mix well with the traditional method of using Chebe. From my experience, the shea butter doesn't help your hair hold as much moisture when you're using it the traditional way. Okay, now the product that I use on the other half of my head, that's a butter that has Chebe in it. It is shea butter, but how that product is whipped together and whatever else they do is completely different from using it the traditional way. So if you are experiencing dryness with Chebe, I would encourage you to make sure that you are trying to follow the traditional method that the women in Chad go by in order to experience those type of results. Because when you start changing things and how they say to do it, you're going to get different results. That's my opinion. But I did use shea butter. I'm trying not to mix the words up, Chebe and shea. But when I did use shea butter with the traditional method, my hair didn't dry out completely, but it did not hold moisture as well as a grease or the beeswax. And I only tried it one time, and it was way back when I first started using Chebe, because like I said, I was just going through products that I had on hand, and I had a lot of shea butter, so I was like, hey, let's try it with shea butter. But that's when I noticed that since I think it's because since shea butter, it melts with your body temperature, it doesn't hold the same way as a grease when you're using it the traditional way. Okay, so if you want to use the shea butter on your hair, don't use it with the traditional way, or you may experience some dryness. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is an extra little tip that I have started doing, and it's because my group, the group on Facebook that we do the Chebe hair challenge in, they put me on game on how to even help your hair hold extra moisture, and it's to use a plastic cap or a shower cap or a plastic bag or some sort to help hold in the moisture. So it's like you're using the Chebe plus the greenhouse effect type thing. So you're like holding extra moisture. So, and another thing with that is if you put the shower cap on or the plastic cap or whatever on top of your hair, you don't have to worry about the Chebe like leaking onto your pillow and all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, when they told me, y'all, I was just like, y'all just not telling me this, like, for real. So I have a lot of plastic bags, so as you can see, I have a Walmart bag on my head. So since I've been using the bag with my shea bag, I've noticed an increase in moisture, and my hair was already staying moisturized. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope if you have experienced dryness with Chebe, that this will help you feel more moisture. And I will see you guys next time. Do not forget to join the Chebe Challenge group if you have not, and if you are using Chebe or want to use Chebe. It doesn't have to be any certain brand. It can be any type of Chebe, Chebe oil, butter, anything. We would love to have you. And I will see you guys later.